The story of Lord Parashurama and his punishment of the Kshatriyas is one of the most intriguing and significant narratives in Hindu mythology. It revolves around his role as a divine avatar of Lord Vishnu and his actions to restore cosmic balance and dharma, righteousness. The punishment of the Kshatriyas by Parashurama, a Brahmin warrior saint, is a key aspect of his legend. He is said to have destroyed the Kshatriya ruling class 21 times to rid the world of their corruption and misuse of power. Background of Lord Parashurama. Lord Parashurama is one of the Dashavatara, 10 avatars, of Lord Vishnu and is unique among the avatars because he is both a Brahmin and a warrior. His name, Parashurama, means Rama with the axe, as he is depicted wielding an axe, Parashu, as his weapon. Parashurama's parents were Jamadagni, a sage, and Renuka, his wife. He was born with divine qualities and was taught by the great sages. Despite being a Brahmin by birth, he was trained as a warrior. Parashurama is most famous for his battle against the Kshatriya kings to eliminate their tyranny and restore balance in society. Why did Parashurama punish the Kshatriyas? 1. The Kshatriyas' arrogance and misuse of power. The primary reason for Parashurama's relentless punishment of the Kshatriya kings was their oppression of the people and their abandonment of dharma. In the Hindu caste system, the Kshatriyas were the warrior and ruler class, responsible for protecting the land, administering justice, and ensuring that law and order prevailed. However, over time, the Kshatriyas became greedy, tyrannical, and corrupt, abusing their powers and exploiting the common people. The Kshatriya kings began to indulge in cruelty, warmongering, and egotism, instead of adhering to the righteous path of dharma. In the Mahabharata, this decline in Kshatriya values is evident in the actions of many kings and princes, such as the Pandavas and Kauravas battles and the betrayal of Karna's loyalty by the Kaurava kings. 2. The killing of sage Jamadagni's son. The direct catalyst for Parashurama's fury came from a personal vendetta. In one version of the myth, Kartavirya Arjuna, a powerful Kshatriya king, once visited the ashram of Parashurama's father, Jamadagni, who was a revered sage. During his visit, Kartavirya Arjuna took the divine Kamadhenu, a wish-fulfilling cow, that belonged to the sage, after forcefully claiming it as his own. Jamadagni, being a sage, was not inclined to act against Arjuna, but his son Parashurama could not tolerate this insult. Kartavirya Arjuna's soldiers killed Jamadagni for revenge after the sage protested the theft. Parashurama, in a fit of rage and to avenge his father's death, killed Kartavirya Arjuna and his army. However, this was just the beginning of Parashurama's campaign against the Kshatriyas. 3. The 21 punishments, elimination of the Kshatriyas. According to the mythology, Parashurama was so angered by the corruption of the Kshatriyas and the death of his father that he set out on a mission to destroy the entire Kshatriya caste. He waged 21 campaigns, systematically wiping out the Kshatriya kings and warriors, restoring balance to the world by ending their reign of cruelty. Parashurama traveled across the land, defeating the Kshatriya kings in battle. As a Brahmin, his actions were seen as extraordinary, since Brahmins were typically associated with knowledge and not with warfare. However, his divine nature gave him the strength to carry out this mission. After killing the Kshatriyas, Parashurama is said to have thrown their bodies into rivers, purging the earth of their evil. These 21 battles represent a cosmic cleansing that restored dharma. 4. Restoration of dharma. Parashurama's campaign against the Kshatriyas was not driven by vengeance alone but by the need to restore dharma to the world. The actions of the Kshatriyas had led to the disturbance of social and cosmic order. Lord Vishnu, through his Parashurama incarnation, took action to correct this imbalance by eradicating the corrupt Kshatriyas. Parashurama's role was to purify the world of these unrighteous kings so that the divine order could be restored. 5. Parashurama's role in the Mahabharata. Despite the destruction of the Kshatriya class, Parashurama's influence was not limited to vengeance alone. He also plays a key role in the Mahabharata, particularly in training Bhishma, Karna, and Drishtadyumna in warfare and weaponry. Bhishma, Devavrata, who is the son of King Shantanu, was trained by Parashurama, even though Bhishma was himself a Kshatriya. In fact, Parashurama is also known for his conflict with Bhishma in a duel, where Bhishma was ultimately defeated by Parashurama. This event highlights Parashurama's extraordinary skills and how he could confront even the greatest of Kshatriyas when they strayed from dharma. Significance of the 21 battles. The 21 times Parashurama punished the Kshatriyas signifies several important themes in Hindu philosophy. The cycle of dharma and adharma. Parashurama's actions demonstrate the cyclical nature of dharma and adharma. When the Kshatriya class veered away from dharma and became corrupt, it became necessary for Parashurama, as an incarnation of Vishnu, to restore balance. The role of divine intervention. Parashurama's role shows that even divine avatars like Vishnu must intervene when human beings, especially the ruling classes, stray from righteousness. His actions were a direct response to the erosion of dharma. Karma and rebirth of Kshatriyas. The Kshatriyas who were wiped out by Parashurama did not go unpunished without resolution. Over time, the Kshatriya class was reborn, with many of the later Kshatriyas being reincarnations or descendants of those who had been destroyed, yet under new, purer conditions. The warrior's duty. Parashurama's punishment also emphasizes the idea of duty, dharma. While Brahmins are associated with knowledge and teaching, they also have a duty to protect the sacred order, sometimes even through force, if necessary. Parashurama's actions illustrate that even those who are not warriors by birth may be called to take up arms when the need arises. The 21 campaigns against the Kshatriyas is one of the most significant and dramatic episodes in the life of Lord Parashurama. These campaigns, in which Parashurama wiped out the corrupt Kshatriya kings and warriors, were central to his mission of restoring dharma, righteousness, and re-establishing justice in the world. The Kshatriya class had grown excessively powerful, cruel, and oppressive, and Parashurama's actions were seen as a divine retribution to rid the world of their tyranny. Here's a detailed look at the 21 campaigns and their significance. Context and prelude to the 21 campaigns. The need for Parashurama to wage these campaigns arose from the increasing corruption and lawlessness among the Kshatriyas, the warrior and ruling class of society. Over time, many Kshatriya rulers had become tyrants, abusing their power to oppress the common people and ignore the principles of dharma, righteous living. The ruling class had deviated from their duty to protect the people and uphold justice, instead indulging in cruelty, warmongering, and greed. The immediate trigger for Parashurama's wrath was the murder of his father, sage Jamadagni, by the Kshatriya king Kartavirya Arjuna. This act, coupled with the overall corruption of the Kshatriya class, prompted Parashurama to take the extreme measure of purging the world of these corrupt rulers. Parashurama's vow of revenge. After the death of his father, Parashurama vowed to exterminate the entire Kshatriya race. His anger was not just personal revenge, but also a divine mission from Lord Vishnu to restore cosmic order. Parashurama, having received divine powers and the axe, Parashu, from his father, set out to eliminate the Kshatriyas who had abused their power. The 21 campaigns against the Kshatriyas. The 21 campaigns are described in various texts, especially in the Puranas and some versions of the Mahabharata. The campaigns were carried out in successive battles where Parashurama defeated the Kshatriya kings and warriors. The number 21 is symbolic, representing a complete purge of the Kshatriya caste. First campaign, Parashurama started by attacking Kartavirya Arjuna and his forces. After Kartavirya Arjuna killed his father, Parashurama killed Arjuna and his army in revenge. This marked the beginning of Parashurama's war against the Kshatriya dynasties. Subsequent campaigns. In the following 20 campaigns, Parashurama continued his mission of wiping out Kshatriya kings. He traveled across various regions of the earth, challenging and defeating Kshatriya rulers who were tyrannical or corrupt. He used his Parashu, axe, divine weapons, and strategic prowess to overpower these kings. Final campaign. The final campaign marked the total annihilation of the Kshatriya class. Some versions of the story state that Parashurama's war ended only when Lord Shiva intervened and advised him to stop, warning that the world would become imbalanced if the Kshatriyas were completely wiped out. In some accounts, after the 21st battle, Parashurama's mission was fulfilled, and he retired to a life of meditation and austerity. Significance of the 21 Purges. The 21 campaigns symbolize the ultimate purification of the earth. By destroying the corrupt Kshatriyas, Parashurama eradicated the forces of evil and injustice, which were threatening the cosmic order. Cosmic order, dharma in Hindu philosophy, the proper functioning of society in the universe depends on the balance between the four varnas, classes, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. When one class, especially the Kshatriyas, oversteps its bounds, the natural order is disturbed. Parashurama's campaigns were a divine intervention to restore balance. Restoration of righteousness. The Kshatriyas were supposed to protect the innocent, administer justice, and uphold the law. However, many of them had abused their power. Parashurama's destruction of the Kshatriyas was an act of divine justice, meant to remove the corrupt rulers and allow for the rise of more righteous kings in the future. Symbol of divine wrath. The act of annihilating the Kshatriyas symbolizes the wrath of the divine against those who indulge in unrighteousness and tyranny. Parashurama's campaigns were not motivated by personal hatred but by a divine directive to eliminate evil from the world. Parashurama's tools and methods. Parashurama was given a unique weapon, the Parashu, axe, which symbolized divine strength and righteous action. The axe was said to have been created by Lord Shiva himself, and it was one of the most powerful weapons in existence. It was said that Parashurama could wield it with precision, and it was capable of defeating entire armies and destroying enemies. In addition to his axe, Parashurama was also a master of divine astras, weapons with magical properties, which he had mastered under the guidance of great sages and gods, including Lord Shiva. These astras were instrumental in his military campaigns. 6. The end of the campaigns. After the 21st campaign, Parashurama's mission to eliminate the Kshatriyas was accomplished. However, he realized that the world needed the Kshatriyas to maintain balance. Without them, the world could descend into chaos, and there would be no one to protect the people. Parashurama, realizing the importance of the Kshatriya class in the cosmic order, allowed the Kshatriya line to be reborn. According to some accounts, Kshatriya kings like Bhishma and Karna were the descendants of these wiped-out Kshatriyas, reborn for the purpose of furthering the divine plan. Parashurama's role was now complete, and he retired to the forests to meditate and live as a sage. Parashurama's legacy and role in later texts. Influence on the Mahabharata. Despite his destructive mission, Parashurama played a crucial role in the Mahabharata, particularly in the training of Bhishma and Karna. Both of these characters were trained by Parashurama in the arts of warfare, including the use of divine weapons, astras. The warrior sage, Parashurama is one of the few figures in Hindu mythology who is both a sage and a warrior. This unique blend of qualities shows that spirituality and action are not mutually exclusive. As a Brahmin, he upheld the values of dharma, but when needed, he also wielded force to uphold justice and cosmic order. Kshatriya Renaissance. After the 21 campaigns, Parashurama is said to have initiated the reformation of the Kshatriya class, guiding new kings and warriors. This cycle is crucial in understanding the idea that destruction is often followed by renewal and rebirth in Hindu mythology. The symbolism of the 21 campaigns. The 21 campaigns symbolize several key concepts in Hinduism. The role of divine intervention. Sometimes, when society falls into adharma, unrighteousness, divine powers intervene to restore order. The necessity of balance. All four varnas, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, must function in harmony. When one class becomes too powerful or corrupt, it is necessary to restore balance. The power of divine justice. Even gods are not passive observers of wrongdoing, they take active steps to correct imbalance, often through avatars like Parashurama. Conclusion. Lord Parashurama's destruction of the Kshatriyas 21 times was a dramatic and necessary act to rid the world of the corrupt and tyrannical rulers who had abandoned the path of righteousness. His actions highlight a key principle in Hindu philosophy, that when dharma is threatened, divine intervention is required to restore balance. As an avatar of Vishnu, Parashurama's mission was to correct the wrongs of the Kshatriyas, proving that no one, regardless of their social status, is above the laws of dharma. His role serves as a powerful lesson in the relationship between justice, duty, and divine will.